Whoopi Goldberg, and her inamorata, her boyfriend, came out in blackface and did a routine which apparently Whoopi herself had written. A guy who knows a lot about what goes on at roasts, and let me tell you, he was one of the roasters of the Bob Grant roast on September 15th, 1991, and people still talk about that day, Pat.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
The general public doesn't really understand. I don't mean to put them down, but they really don't understand what a roast is, how irreverent it is, how brutal it can be.
But this is a closed thing.
Yeah.
This is not for the general public.
Right.
This is for the end kind of crowd that understands that knows what it's all about, and that's the end of it. You see? Now, when you get a couple of people killed to get on the dais, not to talk, just to be on the dais, just to be a part of that. It's the most happiest day of the year for people who are friars and those who pay $500 and $600 a ticket to hear everybody go bananas for 4 hours. And we kid each other, we tease each other, and there's a tremendous amount of love in the room. We all respect each other's performers. But when you get jerks like Montel Williams, who wants to become a name and who turns around and makes a remark that he thought was a Ku Klux Klan meeting, and his wife had tears in her eyes, and everybody's here. He marries a white girl marries a black man. So what? Why should she have tears in her eyes? Is she telling you that she was sorry she married Montel Williams? This is a joke. You're going to have an interracial child. So what? God bless the child. Everybody in that room would have took a bullet for that kid. I mean, what kind of a man is this to turn around and say this looks like a Ku Klux Klan meeting? I'm not going to belong to the Friars. What he did was he put the Friars in a position that should have never been put in. This is a closed, wonderful affair, and a man like this to cause this kind of nonsense. I mean, Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg, what did they expect to say? Everybody that went to the Friars knew it was going to be a black and white kind of a kidding around. They knew it. You had to be a dummy not to know. He's such a bright guy. He's got 2 shows a day on Channel 5. He don't know. He don't know what he's... First of all, why is he on the dais? Who in the hell is he to be on the dais?
He was on the dais?
He was on the dais. He didn't speak, I don't think, because first of all, he never got the chance to speak. He was on the dais like he arrived. We have now got Montel Williams has arrived in show business. Who in the hell is Montel Williams? Will you mind telling me this guy got more press on all the racist remarks that he made, and he's laughing up the sleeve? And he put the Friars down, which he had no right to do. And what offends me about the Friars, they should have turned around and said, hey, what do you mean you quit the Friars? You're not allowed in here no more because you're the racist, and you're the one that started the problem in this damn thing. How dare you? I've seen last year with Billy Crystal, with Jerry Lewis, they called him a Judas, and you're a Judat, and you had an affair with your uncle, you had an affair with your man, and people screamed and laughed. When it was over, it was over. And it was fun. They raised money. They're charitable people. And now all of a sudden, the panic. And let me tell you something. If Montel Williams was not black, they would have ignored it altogether. But meanwhile, he made a racist kind of remark, and I'm Ted Danson, and how could he do this? In fact, I saw Ted Danson on the Black Channel the other night with Whoopi Goldberg. He says, I can't walk into a restaurant. I feel that people hate me for what I did. What did he do? This is a racist country. He's right. He's right. It's people like Montel Williams who make it a racist country, who say black and white and black. What about just being human beings? And the leadership of the Friars to take a backward step to this man. I mean, how dare they take a backward step to a nobody? He's a nobody. He's a definite nobody. How dare he have 2 shows a day? If he wasn't black, you know what he'd have? Nothing. He couldn't work a garage, and I'm telling you that. He talks more than his guests. He's out of order, and I'm insulted that this man turned around could have caused a riot that night. And I tell you something, Bob, you know me. Had I been on that dais, I'd have jumped from my chair and jumped on him. He'd have never got out of the building. He'd have never got out of the building to pull that stunt and to drag down decent people who have fun. I mean, you're talking about Whoopi Goldberg, who, in my opinion, one of the top 3 actors in the country. Here's a woman on the Black Channel who said, this is my country. I am a third-class black person here. I am an American. I'm tired of hearing African-American, African-American. I'm not an Italian-American. I'm an American-Italian. My father's an Italian-American. You understand? This is my country. I don't fight for Italy. If Italy goes to war tomorrow, am I going to go there with a gun and shoot? This is my country. I shoot for my country. And that's what Whoopi Goldberg was trying to say. And the Montel Williams and a couple other people, oh, my God. You know what's wrong with the Italian people? We don't have a Jesse Jackson, and we don't have an Al Sharpton. All we do is stay in the yard, and we eat mushrooms. That's all we do. We're 30 million people, and nobody knows it. We're quiet. But the minute a black guy gets up there and makes a big statement, it hits the front pages, Ted Danson's at this and that. Are they crazy? Somalia, they're starving. They're starving in Somalia. You hear what I'm telling you? And they're worried about Montel Williams, and he said there was tears in his wife's eyes. Maybe a bird went by and dripped on her. Who the hell knows? There was no tears in her eyes. I think he was looking for publicity. And I'm going to tell you something. If the Friars takes this man back, I'll never walk in that room again. Never. If the Friars take Montel Williams back to that club, they can forget me. Because now I'm going to tell you, now it's war. And the Friars don't have anybody in that club to stand up and turn around and say, hey, Pat Cooper's right, it's war. Montel, we don't want you here. You're a troublemaker. That's what you are. How dare you do this? And how dare you? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next year. The comics are going to be afraid to open their mouth. We're all going to be afraid to say something now because the guy tied our tongue. Now it's going to be like, now we all have to be, well, you know, we have to be very, very, watch out. Don't say this, don't say black, don't say Italian, don't say this, don't say that. Now we can't talk no more. And Gloria Allred, who made a big speech that the woman got to come into the Friars. It's a fee. We got to be free and easy, and women got to come back. Now they're in there. Now we're building another floor on top so that they should have their privacy. What the hell are you in the goddamn thing for? Why are you in the Friars? We got to build another building to make you private. You joined the crowd. You're one of the Friars. No, we got to give them their own exercise room. We got to give them all this. Now it costs millions of dollars that we ain't got.
Well, why are the Friars doing it then?
Because they want it's got to be separate. A woman is a woman, you know. You can't, God forbid, you should look at it because harassment. You know, if you look at a woman today, it's harassment. They sue you just for looking at you. If you got a hair in your nose and you say there's a hair in your nose, harassment. Because everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid to talk to everybody, Bob. It's terrible. And Gloria Allred goes, equal rights for all the women. There are a lot of women who are pain in the necks. They are pain in the necks. Stay in your woman's bedroom. Don't come in the men's bedroom. And I tell you right now, if I got a house that I want only men in, what is she going to do? Call a law? They're going to call lawyers? And say I'm prejudiced against women? How dare these idiots wasting time when there are people in the streets that need food, that are sleeping in the streets, and worried about the Friars, worried about who says women have to be equal, and this got to be equal. The only thing we got to worry about in this country is surviving, my friend, and holding hands and doing the right thing, and be a little lightheaded. Have a sense of humor. These idiots got no sense of humor. Montel Williams got no sense of humor. And some of these guys, these black leaders, got no sense of humor. Get off my back already, for crying out loud. And oh, God forbid, here. Jackie Mason says the word Schwarzer. And then he said it twice. The wrong thing with Jackie Mason, he said it 25 times. That's why they got on him. You say Schwarzer once, Jackie Schwarzer, twice, Jackie, and stop. But the minute there's no left, he goes, another Schwarzer, and another Schwarzer. Jackie, back off. And even the word Schwarzer, who cares? Who cares? They call me a guinea bastard, me. Right? I laugh. Oh, we go about our business. Don't mean nothing. I got a life to lead. I get a dish of macaroni, I burp, and I die. Who cares? But everybody gets serious. The Friars becomes political. Everybody's talking about the Friars all over the country. Now, someone said to me today, you know something, Pat? I think this helped the Friars. I said, no. It put a mark on them. That's what it did. And Jackie Green, who's the head man, he didn't stand up and say, I'll throw punches verbally. He just says, well, everybody's stalling. I wish I was the head of that thing that day. Montel would never come to the building. I'd have straightened that whole thing out. And anyone that would have put the Friars down is not allowed in the room no more. I don't want them in my club no more. I would have closed the damn thing down because it took the dignity and pride away from the club. That's exactly what they did. And again, I'm going to repeat, if they bring Montel Williams back in there, I don't want no part of the club. I'll never go near the club because then they're hypocrites.
You've been in the Friars for a long time.
Me? I've been a Friars. I'm all over the place. They call me for this, I'll do. You call me for that, I'll do anything to help them. But I will not lose my dignity because of a guy like a Montel Williams who's now starting to run the Friars from a distance because he's black and they're scared to say something to him.
Why? What? Pat, listen. Although you are a comic.
Yes.
You are also a philosopher in your own way. And there are those times when you dare to say things that nobody else does say, at least in the nightclub circuit. What is your guess, or what is your interpretation of what it is that everybody's afraid of? Now, I want you to think about that. You don't have to answer me right now, Pat. As a matter of fact, hold off on that because in just a minute we're going to talk to a guy on the telephone. No bogey but we're going to talk to him on the telephone. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, just between you and me, it's Henny Youngman. We're going to talk to him. He's been in the Friars since before there was a Friars.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk to him on the phone in just a moment. All right, we've got Pat Cooper here. I don't have to tell you. And on the telephone right now, Pat, is the incredible Henny Youngman.
I love Henny Youngman. He's a terrific man. He's a great comic. One of the best. Hi, Henny.
How are you? Whatever happened? Pat's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. He's so funny. And when he goes in a tirade, about somebody, he really means it. He loves the Friars.
Absolutely.
And we both love the Friars, and I love Pat Cooper. Whatever happened to Armand?
Armand Mirabelli is your #1 fan. He would do anything for you, Henny.
You know who I just called?
What's that?
You know who I just called?
What?
I called Howard Stern. He asked what he's doing lately. And I said, hey, you ought to write a book.
Yeah. That's terrific. How you feeling, my friend?
Oh, wonderful.
God love you. You're one of a million.
So ridiculous the other. I know Whoopi Goldberg's cousin, Whoopi Cushion.
Hey, Henny, were you at the...
Yes, I was there. The whole thing was too long, too many people on the dais that had nothing to do with the Friars Club.
Thank you, Henny.
Had no talent.
Right.
Didn't have the announcer talent like Pat Cooper has. We used to have Friars Roast where we had 8 comics on a dais. We had a few guest stars, and we had fun the whole afternoon. This thing turned out to be a no-nonsense, stupid thing the whole evening. But that's how we raised money. You got to get a guy who will take the abuse and who will sell tickets, and we get money in the Friars Club for our charity, and that's why it's done.
And how many people beg to be roasted? Tell them, honey. People out there want to beg.
A very, very wealthy person or somebody who will stand for a little abuse and who could sell tickets. If you can't sell tickets,
absolutely,
we don't need them. Anyway, what Pat said was what I would have said, because Pat's a wonderful guy. I love him.
Thank you,
Pat, if there's ever a price on your head, take it. Yeah, that's the whole story. These things will always go on. We get another guy now, and I hope they use Pat and myself on the dais, because I used to have such fun at these things. Now they're not fun anymore. It turned out to be a serious afternoon. People want to have fun, and the public don't know what they don't know what a Friars Roast is.
The charisma is going to be lost next year. Mark what I tell you.
I think so myself, but they'll get somebody else, and maybe this will be forgotten.
This will never be forgotten. Never.
And the Friars will raise money again and help their charity. And we're all willing to associate ourselves and get on the dais, because Pat and I we get paid very well when we do these private affairs, and we give our services to the Friars, and they don't use us. And maybe next year they'll use us, and we'll change the whole thing around.
Well, I don't expect them to use me every year. I like to see them use other people and give other people a chance. We got a lot of great comics in that club that will never get on the dais because whoever runs it is scared of putting new people on and show new attitudes. I think a whole generation might have been lost because we just stood there and think that, it's got to be the older comic.
We look like we feel we're not being used properly.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think this year that we'll have to do a little complaining. I can't let a guy in charge leave me off a roast. I've done 45 of them. Pat, you've done a lot of them. And they're funny when we do them. I'm going to insist. And I'm going to sue them if I have to. I want to get on the next roast.
Well, you deserve
Don't leave me out. I'm not an idiot. I'm a good performer.
You are.
I do these roasts well. And I've been doing 45.
And I'm not stroking. You're a legend, for crying out loud.
I'm a legend in my own mind.
No, you're a legend. You know that. You're a legend. Burl is a legend. Guys like this here, who are probably some of the greatest guys I've ever seen on a roast.
How about talking about me a little bit?
I did. I just talked about you. I gave you top billing over Burl. You know that.
Pat, you're wonderful.
I love you.
Your thoughts are wonderful. Just keep fighting for the club.
Okay.
Although there's no reason to fight for the club. The club's well established.
Now, you guys seem to have one little disagreement here. Yeah, you said this would blow over, Henny, and Pat said it wouldn't.
Never.
I think it will in time.
No. Or maybe in time, 40 years from now.
Well, I'll wait.
Because I ain't going to let it blow over.
Now, I'll wait to 40 years.
I'm not going to let it blow over. Because I think, you know what they try to do?
Don't help
Well, they try to put it under the carpet. Don't put it under the carpet. And why don't the executives of the Friars Club, they should have turned around and had a press meeting and straightened them all out and said, hey, from now on, this is the way we run it. You don't like it, there's the door. Take a walk and get out of here. And the people would be
all right,
would respect
so I'll leave.
them. Nah, you don't leave. You know what I'm saying.
Anyway, we all are very disturbed about it, and I am anyway. I don't know about the rest.
Well, you've been around longer than I. You've been a Friars longer than I. You should have a right to complain more than I.
Yeah, but you got to pay your dues. You'll be as long... You got to pay your dues, Pat.
Well, I've been paying my dues for 40 years, but I'm not looking for nothing from the Friars. I want to contribute. I want to be a partner with them.
Well, why don't you do it to me? Contribute to me.
I've been doing that for years. I've been taking your material.
Pat, you're a pleasure.
Take care, my friend.
You're a pleasure. I love you. And I love Bob here. Bob does a great job.
He's the best.
Thank
Bob,
you,
if you
Henny.
ever need a friend, buy a dog.
Oh, God.
Hey, Henny, I'll tell Armand Mirabella you were asking about him.
Yeah, he's so crazy about you, too.
Okay,
He's
Henny.
not normal, you know.
Thank you, Henny.
Take care, honey. God love you.
Hey, goodbye. Thank you for
It's a
calling.
legend.
Goodbye, Pat.
Take care, my friend.
Pat, no regards.
Oh, go ahead.
You know,
I respect that man.
we
very,
were
very
talking about his incredible age. You said 87.
87.
He is sharp.
Oh, forget it.
He
Forget
doesn't.
it. He's one of the best.
He's
They all-
he's
Oh,
really.
forget it. He goes out there. He's a pro's pro. I mean, the man's been around. He was around when show business, you had to have talent. You didn't have to look sexy. Today, you got to be sexy. Today, everything on Oprah Winfrey. Who's sexy? Who's making it with who? Who's going with who? You know, I don't understand that.
Pat, I want to ask you about this so-called political correctness. Now, how in the world can a comic, whether it's you or Henny or whoever, how can he really do comedy the way he feels if he's got to worry about being politically correct? In other words, he doesn't want to offend this group, doesn't want to offend
Then
that.
don't go on the stage. If you can't work loose, then go on the stage. I'll quit first. I would quit first because I can't handle that. If I got to turn around and you're going to say, don't say this, don't do that, don't say that. So wait, but I'm a talent. I am a talented man. How dare you tell me I can't say this
Now,
or say that?
when you appear down in Atlantic City, for example, or in Las Vegas, wherever you appear.
Yes, I was just there. Go ahead.
I know you were just there, and I know you did great, but
Right.
did anybody with the hotel, anybody, say, Pat, you know, why don't you lay off of this? Or
No.
why don't you? No.
They said, when you're coming back. Because you know why? I do the business. I'm not a schnurrer. I don't sign for the big, have the steak dinners and get away. But that's what killed it. The performer kills all these damn jobs because they schnurr. They schnurr. All they do is take money, and then they want the free steaks, the free clams. They want the room service. They want their mother there, their father there, their sister there, their uncle there. They want the whole floor of rooms. They want airplane tickets. They want this here.
Sounds like you're talking about Asa Lagner.
Oh, Ace, I love Ace a lot.
You do? Really?
Yeah, I like Ace. Ace
Everybody says that publicly. He can't do you any good. He can't do you any good.
I don't care. I like him. He's always been a
He
friend.
can't do you any good.
He
can't do you any
In fact,
good.
I met his niece a couple of days ago. It was nice. They're nice people. Leave me alone with Ace Lagner. He's all right. I like his paper.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
Bourgeois.
Well, what do you want me to do? I got my opinion. What's the difference?
Nearby is at the Meadowlands.